Hey guys, it's Jennifer back with Yoda Reads. So I have not posted a video in a couple months, as you probably all have realized, and honestly it's just life has been happening and I haven't had the chance. Something I said from the very beginning was that I wasn't going to let this become more important than my family or my friends and stuff like that, and the past few months there's just been a lot of stuff going on, so I'm just now finally getting to post my third video. And in this video, I honestly don't have a complete game plan. I'm just going to tell you guys about some of my favorite books and just kind of see where it goes, because honestly, that's the kind of book person I am. I'm just random and I just love to talk about books. So, the first thing I was going to talk about is my awesome Yoda doll that I've had since I was 19. He's amazing. But that's not why we're here. I just wanted to show you guys him. So he's gonna go sit over here. So the first thing, my favorite book series, which if you follow my Instagram or if you're friends with me on Facebook, as I know a lot of people watching this probably are, I really love the Artemis Fowl series. So I first discovered it, I think it was Sunshine State Standards, I believe is what it was called, in middle school, where there's like newer books that have come out, and if you read them, one, you got AR points, and two, you got entered in, like, for every book you read, you got like an entry into this, like, I don't really remember. I was 11. It was a long time ago, but I think it was like some type of giveaway or congratulations, you did it, or something like that. So that is this series right here. This is the very first book. So as you can see, it's absolutely amazing and beautiful and shiny. So I read it when I was 11 and I fell in love and immediately read the second and the third book, which had just come out. And the third book, it was actually not on the AR points database yet, but I still read it because it was amazing and I read enough that it didn't matter if it was on it or not. I was going to make up for the points anyway. So this is one of my favorite series ever. As I got older, I started being able to buy the books, not just borrow them from the library, and eventually was able to get the whole collection of the original covers. And then recently he came out with a spin-off series to that called The Fowl Twins, and so I've read the first book. As you can see, I have a few copies of it. There's a lot of story behind that. Then this is the second book in the series. The third book's coming out at the end of this year. So the reason I have so many copies, it's actually really funny. So I preferred, these are the two covers. So there's the UK version and this is the US version. So I like pretty covers and I really didn't like the US version. So I was like, I'm gonna order the UK version. And as you can see, it says signed limited edition. So it's a signed book. And I ordered it, and then I have a group I'm in that trades like ARCs, which are advanced reader copies, and someone had the Fowl Twins, and I was like, what do I need to do to get this? Because it was Owen Colfer, so of course I needed it. And they ended up sending it to me. I just had to pay shipping, which was awesome. So I was able to read the book before it came out. Well, then I found out the day before that Owen Colfer was going to be in Orlando, which is about a 6-something hour drive from here. And honestly, if I didn't have a 4-month-old baby at the time, I probably would have made the drive. But with a 4-month-old baby, you kind of can't just up and leave with a 24-hour notice. So one of my best friends who had just moved to Orlando that year went for me to get this personalized signed copy. And so this is the only Owen Colfer book I have that's personalized, sadly. Hopefully one day I'll be able to fix that. But she also video chatted me when she went up to talk to him, and I had a total nerd freak out moment and could barely breathe because I was so excited. And I showed him my son, who was sleeping at the time, and was just totally in fan heaven, and I don't usually get like that, so it was really cool for me. But so yeah, that's his newest series. He has a bunch of other books as well. And honestly, I love all of his books. The Artemis Fowl is my favorite by far, but all of his books are really good. So another series that I actually found during that same time with the Sunshine State thing that I absolutely love to this day is the Gregor the Overlander series. So this one is another series that not a lot of people have heard about, and it's really, really good. I didn't really explain. Artemis Fowl is about this criminal mastermind boy genius who discovers the underground world of fairy and like tries to plot to steal money from them, basically. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the gist of the first book, and then obviously the rest of the books, there's different storylines for each one. But the gist of Artemis Fowl is he's a criminal mastermind, and he's really smart. So Gregor the Overlander, it's more of this boy follows his younger sister down this grate in a laundry room and ends up in this underland world that's like completely different from our world, and there's like giant bats that you can fly on and stuff like that. So really cool. But if you notice, the author is Suzanne Collins. So when I was in middle school, I would look, and up through high school, I would always look in the section where Artemis Fowl was and Gregor the Overlander was to see if the authors were coming out with more books. And I never ever saw anything after the 5 books in this series by Suzanne Collins. Well, one day, after the Hunger Games books had come out, I decided to go check out the books, because I was like, oh, everyone's talking about these, there's a movie coming out, I might as well see what they're all about. If you notice, the name Suzanne Collins is on there, because it's the same author. And that's how I discovered the Hunger Games. I mean, I technically was through people talking about it, but in reality, the reason I read it was because it was wrote by the same author as Gregor the Overlander. And I immediately fell in love, and because she's amazing. So, those are some of my favorite books from middle school that I still love to this day, and I can't wait for my son to get to read them. Other books that I love, I mean, honestly, I don't keep a book that I don't love. So, these books and this shelf, these, and those are all books I've read and I loved, so I kept them. This is all the books I still have to read. I have a problem. And I have an amazing husband who supports my problem of owning too many books. So, but yeah. So these, like I said, this is my favorite author. This is another one of my favorite authors. She's newer. And then these are my favorite book series. Let me see. This is another author that not a lot of people know about. Her name's Lydia Kang. So this book, I found it, I went into a bookstore and I just told myself, I'm going to find a book by an author that I've never heard of because I just want to try something new. So I was searching, and I'm going to read the back of this one to you guys so you can understand why I grabbed it. Her body's keeping secrets, even from herself. In a world of holographs, neurodrugs, and automatic cars, 17-year-old Zell spends her free time studying molecular biology. But when her younger sister is kidnapped, Zell's comfortable life is shattered. In her mission to save her sister, she discovers a group of teens who aren't like any she's ever seen before. Teens who, by law, shouldn't even exist. Even among them is Sai, a mysterious, brooding outcast. With his help, Zell must save her sister before the kidnappers discover a secret buried in her DNA. A secret that could destroy Zell's world forever. So I loved the cover, and that sounded really good. So I was like, I'm going to give this book a shot. I now love Lydia Kang's books. She's amazing. There's a second book called Catalyst that I also love. Every book of hers I've read, I've loved. So, she's awesome. But yeah, so those are some of my favorite book series by authors that, well, Suzanne Collins is well known, but the other ones are not very well known. And I think that's it for this video, but I'll definitely go over more in future videos. Don't forget about the Yoda's Reading Challenge. We now have 5 entries, so the more entries you get, the more chance you have to win. So I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.